Hello everyone, this is the gaming test of the brand new Galaxy A36 5G. I know I've been cranking out a lot of gaming test video recently, ranging from phones to laptops, whatever, and your support really means a lot to us. So do like and subscribe, and do check out those videos as well because they're up on our channel. So the Galaxy A36 5G, I'm just gonna show you the specs first. Galaxy A36 5G SoC, for whatever reason, they don't choose to use last year's A55 chipset because they did that with the A35 last year because the A35 was using the A54's chipset. This year they decided to switch things up, and this phone is using the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. I can only tell you that I don't really have a good impression with Snapdragon 6 series of chipsets, but I'm not sure how this is because I have not tested it yet. And then screen resolution 2340 by 1080 pixels, goes up to 120Hz refresh rate as usual. LPDDR4X. So LPDDR4X means that you get a drop in terms of the RAM speed, and that will ultimately affect your frame rate. So I'm not sure how much it will affect, but do keep note of this. And battery 5000 mAh, blah blah blah, all of those stuff. So now let's get straight into Genshin Impact because I'll be testing the exact same list of games, including Fortnite, on this phone as well. Oh, before we begin, I need to show you that we are indeed using it in performance mode. Do keep in mind that since game plugins are no longer available for One UI 7, this is your new replacement. We're just gonna use it in performance default because this is gonna opt in for the highest render resolution possible with the best performance possible. Okay, so for Genshin Impact, the settings that we're gonna use is gonna be the absolute lowest. I'm just going to see how well it performs. Again, I will just show you lowest graphical settings. I don't know why they turn on bloom, but okay. And also lowest graphical settings 60 FPS. We're just gonna use these settings and see how things go. I guess it's a okay circlet. Offset, of course. Do they call it offset or off-piece? I don't know. I should also start recording. Oh my god, I hate these two enemies so much. Trash, trash. Is it even worth upgrading? I will try. Could be okay. Okay, crit damage. Okay, crit damage. Don't disappoint me now. Wow. Okay. It went one into defense, but it could be better. But this is attack so high though. Don't think that it's worth it. You can see the texture loading in is a bit weird. You got texture pop in. That could be due to because we're playing it at such a low graphical quality, or it could be due to the LPDDR4X RAM. Because RAM speed matters a lot more than your RAM capacity after a certain amount, and you can watch our video at the top right corner there to know more about why your RAM speed matters a lot. Huh? Why? Oh, the frame rate is really jumpy, and Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 is really not looking that good. Oh god. Yeah, wrong button. Who is this guy though? Yo. Never mind. I'm stuck. You know one thing I can do? I can vape because this is a C6 Benny. That was a terrible fight. It's this guy again. Oh my god, they are just made super tanky for no reason at all. Because of that white bar, I hate this so much. Finally. Where? The telegraphing of where to go is so bad. Oh my god. It works. I hate this flying bird so much, it's so difficult to control. Ayo. Good. Until today, I still think Mavuika is quite weak. I know she's a new character, but you need a lot of Netland characters to make her work. It's not really that F2P friendly, but if you use her as an off-field DPS, with this ring thing, maybe she can work properly in, I don't know, Overload team or whatever. But to me, I still think Alagino is a better character compared to her, especially since they were released at the same time. I mean the rerun of Alagino. So I've been in the game for about like what, 20 minutes. I don't think it's gonna thermal throttle at all. It's barely warm to the touch, and frame rate, even at the lowest graphical preset, it won't be good, and that is kind of to be expected for a Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. I think we had it better last year, because last year I think was a better deal in terms of performance, because Samsung didn't skimp out on the chipset. But 6 Gen 3, I know it's a Snapdragon chip, but this chip is just not good. Look at the performance. Yeah. I won't even take the temperature, so we will leave all of the analysis or whatever to the end of this video, so you can skip there if you want to. And now it is time for Zenless Zone 0. So I will just show you the graphical quality. Basically everything at the absolute lowest, and yeah, the only thing here is that FPS is at 60. That's it. Yikes, even running around the overworld is not looking good. But either way, let's now go to the flower boss. I expect the performance to dip a lot. Single digit frame rate is possible. Okay, here comes the single digit frame rates. Oh my god. Oh, the status. Oh, it didn't trigger. Nice, reached my point. I mean, the status are everywhere, but it does work. It runs the game, even though not optimally, but it works. I guess that's the main takeaway here. There we go, done. Oh, that was testing my patience. I think that's the best way to put it. It will constantly dip below 10 FPS, actually a lot of stutters here and there. If you are tolerant to that, then yes, you can play the game. Temperature is actually still very cool to the touch, so no problems in terms of thermals, but the frame rate though, Okay, so for PUBG Mobile, what we have is HDR Extreme, okay, or, oh, we don't have higher options. Okay, so we'll go for HDR Extreme then. Ultra HDR only has ultra frame rate, so we just use this. Here are the settings. Now let's get into a game real quick.
Get to the safe zone ASAP. Help.
Bro, what the heck is this place? Whoa! Seems like a party in there. But anyway, can you imagine even the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 can handle PUBG Mobile at these settings without issues at all? So yeah, PUBG Mobile is really just not demanding at all. I mean, yeah, it is an accessible game since so many phones can play it, but for a gaming test video, it's not gonna test anything about the phone. Now for COD Mobile, these are all of the settings that we have. So I'm just gonna use all of these because even if I switch to a lower frame rate, I mean lower graphical quality, they don't give me more frame rate, so okay, I'm just gonna use this then.
Hardpoint identified.
Whoa, 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 I didn't see them there. Where the heck am I?
Is ours. Enemy down. Enemy contact. Enemy in sight. Enemy down. Friendly swarm activated. Friendly stealth chopper inbound. Contact with enemy. Tango down. Stealth chopper inbound.
Even with super resolution turned on, we're still getting 60 FPS, so no problems here.
Friendly shock arsenal.
Okay, done. COD Mobile, not an issue at all, but we are only getting 60 FPS. That's the maximum option that we have. So for COD Warzone, I forgot to show you the graphical settings that we're using. So absolutely everything at the lowest, even upscaling quality is the lowest, FPS uncapped. And we'll see how this Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 performs. 40 something FPS. Let's see what kind of FPS we get when we land. I'm seeing a lot of parachutes.
Eliminate all targets in the
That was painful. What was that?
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Gulag's closed until further notice.
So far the frame rate is okay. We are not getting consistent 50 even, but there are some stutters here and there. Let's jump a bit, but overall playable. Yeah, you can see stutters. Playable, yes. Absolutely playable. It's just not the best in terms of experience.
Get to the safe zone. Gas is closing in.
Whoops. It is definitely playable, but it will be a bit stuttery. So yeah. Mobile Legends, I will just quickly show you these options. So we only have high frame rate, ultra graphics. I did this thing already and the ultra frame rate doesn't appear. I still think this phone will have no issues handling the game, so I will jump into a quick game to show you guys what's up.
The gun represents justice when pointing at the bad guys. Keep it up until you're as brilliant as me. First blood. Well played. Target locked. I'll bring you to justice. Ally has been slain. The turtle. The gun represents justice when pointing at the bad guys. Bullseye. Ever thought about getting some training at Eruditio?
As you can see, 90 FPS,
Ally has slain
no
the
issues
turtle.
at all. Yeah, Mobile Legends is another one of those games that's just not really that demanding. So Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 can handle this no problems at all.
Let the shot. Target locked.
What is this?
Initiate retreat.
Yeah, anyway, I will skip ahead to the next game. So yeah, Mobile Legends, no problems at whatever settings that we're using. So just play this game if you want to.
Spur of the moment decision. Initiate.
Mobile Legends, not that demanding. Okay, we are back again with Wild Rift. Hopefully this time it works. So for the graphical settings, this is what I'm using. Okay, resolution, I think we can go super high. This game shouldn't be that demanding. So let's go for a game. Holy shoot! It took like what, 5 minutes to find a game.
I forgot to shoot something. Jinx? Stands for Jinx. Words. No, just that.
Wow, the AI in this game is quite aggressive. dear lord, they are aggressive.
God. Attack this champion. Double enemy slain.
Yeah, I don't think I will stay in Wild Rift for long. 60 FPS consistent with the graphical settings we're using. This game is just not demanding like Mobile Legends, so let's go to the next one. Now for Wuthering Waves, I will pick up where the Mamma Mia has finished last time. Graphical settings, they recommend me to use balance, but I won't. I will just go for performance preset, 60 FPS. Yes, we shall try how this goes. Yeah, cutscenes in this game is gonna be 30 FPS, to keep that in mind. Oh, Mamma Mia! If audio is glitching out, means the CPU is gonna get tortured. 100% utilization. Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia! I mean, playing it at the lowest graphical settings kind of performs. I mean, the frame rate wise, it's similar to Genshin Impact, so not really a problem, I think. Now we are in the city area and we can see the frame rate is not looking that good, below 30 FPS. Kind of understandable since this part is like not as barren as the Mamma Mia area just now. Still playable, I would say, but there are a lot of stutters, yes. I guess let's go fight something before we end the gaming test video, but what to fight though? Let's go fight this thing instead. The CPU is definitely struggling. Nah, more like the entire chipset is struggling. Oh my god.
fun business.
Here comes Osborne! Woolly's battle into Woolly's belly you go! Leave? Blow me?
Complete overhaul. Faster. Less calculation.
Okay, there we go. I think we're done with Wuthering Waves. It is playable, though the frame rate is hovering around the 30 FPS mark. So sometimes it dips below 30, sometimes it's above 30. So if you can live with that, yes, I would consider this to be playable. Yeah, more demanding areas like this is gonna tax the performance a lot more. Okay, so now for Fortnite, I am not really sure what settings to use. Currently, if I set it to 90, then the quality preset will go to the lowest. Render resolution, the 3D resolution, I'm not sure if I want to go to 100, but this game, if I'm not wrong, it is running at the 720p. Maybe we shall try this. See how things go. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see the frame rate here. It's at around 30 something right now, 40 something. I should jump. So the frame rate while jumping is like 15. And that happens because the loading distance while jumping in Fortnite is actually very far away, so it kind of loads the entire map. That's why it's kind of low FPS, but once you land, then it's a different story. How do I land quicker? Runs pretty well. We're getting like 40 something, 50 something, 60 FPS. It just jumps around, but quite smooth. The frame rate really does jump around way too much. We sometimes can get 20 something, sometimes 40 something, sometimes 50 or 60. Kind of wild. But the gameplay experience, as you can see here, not bad. I mean, I would definitely say this is playable, but again, it depends on if you are sensitive to frame rate fluctuations or not. Yeah, Fortnite, pretty playable. Frame rate fluctuations, as mentioned earlier, is definitely there. If you are sensitive to frame rate fluctuations, maybe the experience isn't gonna cut it for you, but I would still consider this to be playable. So yeah, that's it. That's for Fortnite. We'll do the analysis now. Okay, now let's take a look at the graphs. So as you can see here for Genshin Impact, this phone, the frame rate jumps all over the place. Originally it is quite high, okay, but eventually it drops to averages around like 30, 40, somewhere around there. And the performance, I would still say it's playable. And power consumption 4.66 watts, pretty low, all things considered. Render resolution, yes, 1872 by 864. It's kind of surprising that they are using the same render resolution as the S25 Ultra. For Zenless Zone 0, render resolution also the same, 1872 by 864. For this game, it only consumes 4 watts of power, which is surprising because usually the flower boss test will be the most demanding out of all. So you can see the average frame rate is only 22.6 FPS. Remember, this recorded duration is for the entire flower boss fight. And yeah, kind of weird that the power consumption is lower than Genshin Impact. PUBG Mobile, nothing to see here, 1552 by 720 in terms of render resolution. This game is quite unoptimized. It still consumes 5 watts of power for whatever reason. No idea where the power went to because it's just not demanding. As for COD Mobile, once you turn on the super resolution, you can see it is up to 2340 by 1080 pixels, so native resolution. The FPS is so good to the point that it consumes 4.4 watts of power to give you basically consistent 60 FPS, 100% smoothness of over 45 FPS. So again, no problems here. For COD Warzone, the render resolution is real low, 1536 by 704, and average FPS is quite good, 48.2, but then the average smoothness is not good. As you can see throughout the entire FPS graph here, it fluctuates a lot, real lot. So when this kind of FPS fluctuation happens, especially in action intensive games, it's kind of distracting. Mobile Legends, nothing much to see here, 1989 by 918 pixels in render resolution. The overall FPS is like 90 FPS consistent throughout the entire gameplay, so nothing to see here, 4.34 watts. For Wild Rift, we can see that the render resolution is at native, 2340 by 1080, 4 watts of power consumption average. Again, consistent 60 FPS with all of the settings that we had just now. Wuthering Waves, okay, this game is gonna be interesting. So you can see render resolution 2336 by 1080, so it is nearly the native resolution. Average is 31.9, but this number is unreliable because as you can see here, this flat 30 FPS part is where a cutscene is playing. Otherwise, it fluctuates way too much. It can go down to like 15, sometimes up to like 40 something, sometimes even up to 60. But on average, I would say it hovers somewhere around 30 to 45. And there you go, that is the overall analysis of the performance for the Galaxy A36 with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. I would say the performance of this chipset is to be expected. It's not as good as the A56. It's actually, I'm not sure if it's comparable to the Galaxy A35 that we had last year. I have a feeling that the A35 will perform better than the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. But either way, at least thermals won't be an issue for this phone because the chip just doesn't have that much heat produced when gaming. It's just that the CPU and GPU is quite weak on the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. So yeah, that's all that we have to share with you here today about the gaming test of the Galaxy A36. Do like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. The review for this phone will come later because I'm flying off to another country for the whole week. Yeah.